Imagine you have a big jar of candy. Every week, someone fills it up for you, but somehow, your jar is always almost empty. You look at it and think, where did all my candy go? This video is the story of that candy jar and why it never feels full, even when you get more and more. Let's pretend money is candy. Grown-ups work to get candy. Every month, their candy jar fills up. Some grown-ups get a small scoop. Some get a big scoop. But many of them feel the same inside. They look at their jar and think, it's not enough, I might run out. How can a person with lots of candy feel just as worried as someone with a little? Let's follow one grown-up and see what happens to their jar. Meet Alex. Alex starts with a tiny jar. Each month, a few candies go in. Alex is careful. No extra toys, no extra treats, just the things Alex really needs. One day, Alex gets a better job. Now more candies fall into the jar. Alex smiles and thinks, finally, now I won't feel worried anymore. But the story doesn't end there. When Alex has more candy, something sneaky happens. Alex walks past a toy store and thinks, I always wanted that toy when my jar was small. Now I have more candy. I deserve a little treat. So Alex buys the toy. A few candies leave the jar. It still looks pretty full. No problem. Alex feels happy. The next week, Alex is tired. Instead of cooking, Alex buys food. Just this once, Alex says. A few more candies leave the jar. None of this feels big or scary. Each choice feels normal. Can you see the trick starting? At first, the toy feels special. The food from the store feels special. But after a little while, Alex's brain gets used to them. The toy becomes just my toy. The food becomes just how I eat. This is what our brains do. New things become normal things. We stop feeling extra happy about them. But here's the problem. The candies still leave the jar every month, even when Alex doesn't feel extra joy anymore. So now Alex has the same worried feeling as before, plus a bigger candy bill. That's the first reason people feel broke. Their feelings stay the same, even when their jar gets bigger. Now imagine Alex goes to a party. Everyone brings their candy jars. One friend has a shiny new toy. Another friend went on a big trip. Someone else has a jar that looks super full. Alex's brain does something simple. It starts to compare. Their jar looks fuller. They have nicer toys. Maybe I'm behind. Nothing inside Alex's jar changed in that moment, but the feeling did. The jar suddenly feels too small. When we compare, even a big jar can feel tiny. This is called feeling less than. And when we feel less than, we try to catch up fast. What do people do when they want to look like their friends? Alex doesn't say, I want to impress everyone. Alex says, I just want to feel normal. I don't want to look like I'm struggling. So Alex buys a nicer phone, a bigger TV, fancier clothes. Inside, the thought is gentle. It's okay. I earn more now. I've worked hard. I deserve it. But every one of those I deserve it moments takes more candies out of the jar. Soon, Alex is back to the old feeling. The jar looks low. The worry comes back. Same feeling as when Alex was poor. Only now the jar had more candy, but more holes in the bottom. That's the second reason people feel broke. They spend to feel okay, not to feel rich. Imagine Alex's jar has tiny holes at the bottom. One hole is I'm tired, so I buy comfort. One hole is everyone else has this thing. One hole is I'll save later when I earn more. Each hole drips candy, one little piece at a time. Nobody sees these holes. On the outside, life looks fine. Nice phone, nice clothes, nice photos. But inside, the jar never feels safe. It's always almost empty. It always needs the next candy delivery. That's what grown-ups mean when they say they live paycheck to paycheck. It's just a fancy way of saying, my jar has too many holes. So how do we fix a leaky jar? Here's a small magic trick. Take a piece of paper, draw a circle. Inside the circle, You draw the things you truly need: a simple home, simple food, a few fun things you really love. Everything else stays outside the circle, not because it's bad, but because it's extra. Now imagine you tell yourself, even if I earn more candy later, I will keep my enough circle the same size. That means when more candies fall into your jar, you don't rush to move more toys inside the circle. You let the jar fill higher. You fix the holes first. You start to see candies that just stay. Week after week, month after month. For the first time, you feel something new. Safe, not just busy. That's when money starts to feel different, even if your jar is not the biggest one. Now picture two jars on a table. Jar 1 is tall and shiny. It looks full, but it has many tiny holes. The owner buys new things all the time. The candies always rush out. Jar 2 is smaller and simple. Fewer toys, fewer fancy things. But the holes are almost gone. The candies stay inside. Which person feels calmer at night? The one with the shiny jar full of holes? Or the one with the simple jar that actually keeps candy? This is the secret. Feeling rich is not about how tall your jar is. It's about how many candies you can keep without feeling scared all the time. So, why do people feel broke, even when they make good money? Because every time the jar gets bigger, they make the holes bigger too. They let normal grow and grow until nothing ever feels like extra. If you remember only one thing, let it be this. Being rich is not just having more candies. Being rich is having a jar that doesn't leak every time you feel tired, sad, or scared of what other people think. Decide your enough circle early. Fix the little holes. Let your candies stay. That's when a grown-up finally looks at their jar and, for the first time, thinks, "It's not perfect, but I think I'm okay."